Hey, good to see you. Here we are. We have this podcast, but I got to tell you something. I don't know where Jesse is. He just
I'm here.
hasn't
Hey.
shown up there. Oh,
Hey.
hey, how you doing?
Sorry I'm late.
Hi.
Hello. Sorry
Sure.
I'm late. I got something for you. I got you
Really?
a gift. I got you a gift.
I didn't get you anything.
That's okay. This is for you.
What's it for?
It's for you.
Well, for what? What did I do?
You didn't do anything. I just wanted to give you a gift, and I hope you can use it. I want you to use it.
Well, I feel kind of funny about that.
Wow.
Thanks
It's a
anyway.
gift.
I mean, I appreciate it and
Who
all,
doesn't
but
like gifts? Don't you at least want to see what it is?
what is it?
Well, it's a label maker.
A label maker.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it. I want to give that to you, and then you can use it. You don't want to use a label maker? You don't feel a need for this gift? Is that what it is?
I mean, I like label makers, but
I gotta say, I'm a little
I've
hurt.
often thought about making labels.
Well, now's your chance.
I dream about it at night.
Well, now's your chance. You can use this. I want to give it to you, but the fact that you don't want to use it kind of hurts me a little bit. I
Wait a
gotta
minute.
say.
Wait a minute. What do you need?
I don't need
You need
anything.
to borrow some money?
No,
I'll
no,
give you
that's
some.
fine. Well, no. But I would like you to have this. This is a gift for me. I thought you could use it, but the fact that you can't use it, I'm a little upset.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Now let's get on with the podcast.
All right. Well, let's talk about gifts. Since we're on the subject, I think this has a deeper meaning.
Yeah.
There's something to be said here about gifts.
Like.
Like, I think God gives us gifts and talents and abilities, and I think that if we choose to ignore them or not acknowledge them or not use them, He'd be upset, kind of like me with the label maker.
Is there really a label maker in that box?
No, it's actually empty. I was just setting up this video. I'm just setting it up.
That was
Yeah,
clever.
you thought it was though.
Oh.
And it actually has a big hole on top. That was just a prop.
I've dreamed of label makers.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't get you one. Well, here's a little video on gifts.
Today we want to talk a bit about gifts. We all love to get gifts, don't we? I know I sure do. Gifts are fun to get and they're fun to give. But what if you give someone a gift and they lay it aside and do nothing with it? Or what if they question your motives and think you have some kind of ulterior plan in mind? Here from the book of Matthew is a story about this very thing.
Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents brought the other 5.
Master,
He said.
you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more.
His master replied,
Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness.
The man with the 2 talents also came.
Master,
He said,
you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more.
His master replied,
Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness.
Then the man who had received the 1 talent came.
Master,
He said,
I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you.
His master replied,
You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the banker so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has the 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more. And he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Now, Jesus used parables or short stories for illustrative purposes. He used stories so that we could identify with the characters. Which of the servants can you identify with? Certainly we all want to identify with servant number 1 or servant number 2. I can't imagine anyone wanting to identify with number 3, but sadly, many of us do just that. God has given us gifts and talents and abilities, and all too often we bury them. Friends, this does not glorify God. He gave you and me unique abilities so that we could use them for His purposes. As we number our days wisely, we want to use our gifts wisely for His glory and for His purpose. Let me give you a few suggestions to help you to become more like servants 1 and 2, and maybe a little less like number 3. First of all, recognize the gifts, talents, and abilities which you have been given. Take a little personal inventory here. What are you good at? What are your dreams? God has uniquely gifted each of us. Recognize these as gifts from Him. Next, regard each gift as precious and resist false humility. You know, too often we tend to downplay the value of our abilities and fall into a kind of depreciating attitude. Hey, God has equipped you with just the perfect gift mix for you. Don't fall into a false humility, but rejoice in what you have received. Number 3, raise each talent to its highest potential. Friends, this is going to take a little R&D, a little research and development. It's going to take work, but hey, it's worth it. Number 4, relax. He knows your strengths and your weaknesses, and you know what? He can use them both. So we can rest in Him, knowing that He is working in us and through us. And number 5, release each to be used for God's purpose. Remember, it's about Him, His purpose. They're really His gifts and talents, not ours. Release them back to Him. And finally, rejoice that He has chosen you to be in business with Him. What did the master in the story say? Come and share your master's happiness. You know, God wants you and me to share in His joy, in His happiness. Don't lose sight of that.